here with at CPAC Mexico with the president of Mis amigos migrantes, pues aquí estoy. Total catastrophe, and it is a crisis. Of a child, right there. All these NGOs, you're fake. It is this, the crisis of children.
Thank you so much for joining in. I'm Oscar Blue for Real America's Voice News. We are in Thursday, March 20th. The time is 7:30 West Coast time. God bless you all. If you can share the video and hit that bell button on YouTube, like button on Facebook, and that whatever button on X, go ahead and basically hit that button and like that button. As we are right now about to start this broadcast talking about these extermination camps that they were found. And here we go. And I was about to say, here we go. And why am I saying here we go? Why am I saying here we go? Because here you are going to see our government at their finest. You want to see the best government to cover up their trail, their horrible crime that Jesus committed to humanity? Just wait and see. They already started. So I would like to put this video and then I will, I will restart this video consistently, right? So what is it? Is almost. This is the ranch that it was found, bone structure, all kinds of evidence that it was an extermination camp, and there were crematories there where they used to burn the bodies, right? There was, everybody was talking about, there was torture, multiple evidence of clothing, shoes, evidence of everything. Hundreds of shoes, hundreds of clothing. So they had to blame it on somebody. They cannot blame their own incompetence, the government, because if they blame the government, they're going to blame it on Alfaro, that a guy that was in charge of Jalisco, that he's not from Morena, but under what president this happened? And under the president of Andrés Manuel López Obrador, AMLO, this happened under his administration, where more than 201,000 murders appointed to homicides with cartel activity happened. And then you got this extermination camp, right? You got this extermination camp that it was found. Now you see this coming about as worldwide news. Everybody in the world is watching this unfold as one of the biggest catastrophes in the country of Mexico, the Auschwitz of Mexico, they're calling it. So the Mexican president starts feeling the pressure, although there's other catastrophes that they just happened. On the Sunday, 9 military men were assassinated by the cartel as they were ambushed. So you got two things. Then you got another, camp, mass grave that was found in Tamaulipas. Then you got all these. Then you got the message from the cartel that yesterday we talked about that. And it looks like a montage. These people are military equipped and dressed, basically to do an informative answer to the population of Mexico. The cartel, the CGNG, blaming the mothers that they are searchers with only a shovel, blaming them for misinforming the population. You have to be kidding me. So now we have to rely on the CJNG cartel for accurate information on this. And then you hear the president speak, and the president is using almost exactly the same words as a copy paste of the statement from the cartel that they posted this horrible video on Sunday, on yesterday, I'm sorry. It's just unbelievable, incredible. So immediately things start getting out of hand. The mother searchers, the searchers, they started getting threatened. We knew that this was going to happen. They were going to, tell them, hey, you better shut up. You better not say anything. You better not say anything. You better not speak about anything. You better not keep it quiet. So now some of them are saying, well, we found some, but we didn't found some. One of them was saying before everything started coming about, she said, I'm afraid for my life. They're going to come after me. Some other mother searcher in the state of Sonora came out and said, that's a lie. They're exaggerating. So you had to get the division of opinion. So the fanatics of this political party, that they're fanatics. They don't care about the country of Mexico. They care about their political party. They don't care about the flag of Mexico. They don't care about our country. They care about that political party of Morena. They're fanatics. They don't care if hundreds of people have died. They're always going to blame the past administrations. They're going to blame the Aztecs. They're going to blame Christopher Columbus. They're going to blame all of these people. That is what they do. They justify from the past to justify what has happened. So everything that has happened under AMLO, it is justifiable because it was a PRI and it was PAN and it was a past government. But now what are you going to say? The past government was your political party. You cannot justify anything. You got to say, oh, it's a repercussion of actions. And it is a setup from the right-wing political party. Like the president of the Senate, Noroña. He said that who knows if these shoes were actually from the missing people. You have to be kidding. What an insult. What a son of a gun. What an insult to the mothers and the fathers that they were looking for. They were looking for their family members. That they have been looking for their family members. Unbelievable. It's incredible. So now let me just give you an update of what has happened. Let me give you an update. So now they don't want to call it an extermination camp. They want to call it a training camp from the cartel, that it was a recruiting camp. Yes, there were bodies there. But the clothing, it was because the recruiters of the cartel removed the clothes from the kidnapped and put the uniform of the cartel. So that's why the clothes are there. The people that they were tortured and murdered there, that was part of the recruitment. The bones that you found there, well, it's part of, there was horrible murders there, but it is not because there was an extermination camp. It's just because there was just a recruiting from the CJNG cartel in Jalisco. Yeah. That has nothing to do. It's not an extermination camp. The bone structures and the crematories that you find in there, they were just there. They removed them later on. So today they let the press go in there, right? Worldwide press. Everybody that wanted to go, they made an offering to sign up, go over there and check the ranch where there was this extermination camp. The press went in there. Everything was fixed. Even the mother searchers who went to this camp to discover the bodies, They said that the mass graves were covered up and you cannot enter and dig more. Why they covered it up? Why they kind of trying to cover their tracks? Because it was an extermination camp. It was not a training camp. These leftists from this political party, they want to reform the language like every progressive liberal. They're not terrorists. They're delinquent groups of resistance. Now, this is not an extermination camp. What is it then? It was a training camp, as a recruiting camp from the cartel, which they did torture and they assassinated people. Yes, they did. But it's not an extermination camp. Kidnapping a person and then killing that person and putting it on a crematory to be burned, that's not extermination. That was a training camp, that it was a recruiting camp for the cartel. That was the fiscal general of the state statements. And that we need to understand that these searchers, they let their emotions get involved. We need to understand that a lot of these collective groups that they search for their family members, they're wrong and they let their emotions get involved. There was a mother that went into it today as the press was invited, right? She went in there and said, I saw the shirt of my son on a video. And I wanted to come to see where the clothes were. She said, I came in and we didn't have no access to the clothes. Somebody's asking what you're drinking? Soda, Coca-Cola. Amazing. Unbelievable. Incredible. You see how everything now is fixed up? They are just covering their tracks and covering, basically their horrible crime that they just committed. And in a few months, they're going to make people forget about it. They're going to put a great soccer game, Mexico against Brazil or Mexico against Argentina, in the stadium, packed stadium. Hay que darle de comer al borrego. Let's feed the sheep. What do we need? We need a soccer game, big soccer game, full up the stadium, pack the stadium, get a great match going, get a concert from the best artists over here, bring them. Let's just swipe it away, make people forget about it. We need to get these people. We need to invest on bringing all these artists. Unbelievable. Incredible. This was the video of today. I will translate for people that are joining our live stream. How's everybody doing? Thank you so much for joining in. Buy me a coffee is right there, pinned in the chat. People want to contribute to my independent reporting and travel fund. It is right there. Thank you so much. God bless. Let's look at this video and I will translate what they are saying on this video.
En el rancho Izaguirre, ubicado en Teuchitlán, Jalisco, sí se encontraron restos humanos.
Rancho Izaguirre, located on Teuchitlán, Jalisco, yes, they found human debris.
Pero los servicios periciales del Estado aún no han emitido un dictamen definitivo que aclare la antigüedad.
But the authorities of the forensics have not gave out a statement to give the authenticity of how much time these bone structures were there.
O si las víctimas fueron cremadas en el lugar.
Or if the victims were cremated in that location.
Ante la falta de información concluyente, la Fiscalía General de la República ha solicitado con carácter de urgencia la entrega de los peritajes y todas las actuaciones relacionadas.
Knowing the fact that this is urgent, the Fiscal General of the Republic has ask for all the informative reports that they have been doing on this place.
Para avanzar en las investigaciones. Aunque se tienen testimonios que sugieren que el lugar funcionaba como un campo de reclutamiento y exterminio,
Although you have testimonies, living people, testimonies that they're saying that this place was a recruiting camp of an extermination camp.
El fiscal general Alejandro Gertz Manero se abstuvo de confirmar esta información.
The fiscal general of the Republic, Alexandro Manero, he neglected this information from being confirmed,
señalando que los restos óseos encontrados no permiten aún determinar con certeza las características específicas de los crímenes cometidos.
knowing that, the bones, debris, and the humans debris that it was found, it doesn't allow him at this point to acknowledge what kind of crimes that were committed and if those crimes were of torture.
Gertz Manero criticó duramente las omisiones de las autoridades estatales de Jalisco.
Gertz Manero, that is the fiscal general of the Republic, he criticized the authorities of Jalisco,
destacando que no se realizó un rastreo adecuado de indicios ni se cumplió con el registro e identificación de
saying that they never complied with every investigation method into basically follow up every single evidence that it was in the place,
los objetos hallados, como prendas de vestir y
like all the evidence that it was found, like clothing and women's clothing,
calzado abandonados en el sitio. Además,
also clothing and shoes.
Señaló que tras las diligencias ministeriales locales, el rancho quedó en completo abandono. Sin
Also, he signalized that there was the ranch ended up to be abandoned
protección alguna,
without no protection,
a pesar de haber sido asegurado por el Ministerio Público local.
after seeing and it being assured and the perimeter was closed by the Minister of Public Security of the local city of Jalisco.
Estas fallas en el proceso investigativo han dificultado la obtención de pruebas contundentes.
Because of all these failures to comply, the evidence hasn't been enough. What else do you need? What else do you need? What more evidence do you need? What more? Do you need more shoes? I will ask. Do you need more clothing? What do you need? Need more shoes, need more clothing, need more evidence in terms to what else do you need? What more do you need? More bones? More debris of bones inside of there? These extermination camps that more are going to be discovered. Let me just be honest. They're going to be classified as recruiting camps from the cartel. And the cartel has already came out and said, it is not from us. We did not do anything in that place. Isn't it amazing? But this is sad, what I'm about to put right here on this video. This was today, apparently. This is a mother that it was allowed to go into the extermination camps. As you see, there's a lot of people behind. And all these people that are behind, it was all press, mother searchers that they were allowed to go in. And ultimately, one of the mothers that it was searching got asked about what's the whole situation with this. Look what she responds. And it's so sad to see this because the political party of Morena and the followers are such fanatics. They don't care about the dead people. They just care about the political party not being signalized. They don't care about the country. Their flag is Morena. It is not the Mexican flag. This is a reality. Look what happens.
¿Les han dado alguna información de cómo es el proceso, de cuánto van a esperar, una vez que las dejen ingresar, qué va a pasar?
Have they given you some kind of information? What is going to be the process as soon as you being let in?
Mira, hasta ahorita nos están diciendo que van a entrar de 10 en 10. El comunicado no nos lo dieron desde allá. Dijeron que
This is a mother that lost her child and she believes that is in there. She said, until now, they have told us that we're going to enter by the quantities of 10 and 10. The communicated statement they gave us yesterday.
íbamos a llegar todos directamente y resulta que nos bajan aquí a medio predio.
They told us that we were going to get all of us, that we were going to arrive together. And it resulted that they just left us just half, at a long distance from the installations.
Supone que sí hay entrada, ¿por qué no nos dejaron entrar? No sabemos el por qué y ahorita están dando la indicación que de 10 en 10. Eso,
¿Ya había venido al rancho usted?
Sí, yo ya había
Have you already come before to this ranch?
venido.
Y con sus propios medios pudo entrar sin problema hasta la parte donde está, que estamos hablando, serán aproximadamente unos 5 kilómetros.
And with your own resources, you allowed yourself to enter last time before it was the authorities, and it was around 5 kilometers, right?
Algo así.
Yes,
Sí,
something like that effect.
es hasta donde está la fachada.
Yes, until where the first wall that is located.
Habíamos entrado porque venimos con comisión de búsqueda.
Yeah, and we have entered the premises because we came with a searching commission.
Y entramos hasta la puerta, hasta
And
ahí
we
nos
entered all the way to the door.
dejaron.
Until the door, and we passed through the door.
La puerta.
Sí.
Y hoy, pues bueno, aquí bajo el sol no les dan información.
And and today, under the sun, they don't give you guys information.
Saben exactamente cómo va a ser el proceso.
Ahorita nos bajaron de los camiones, nos dijeron que nos iban a trasladar en otras camionetas y ahorita están diciendo que de 10 en 10. Pues,
They told us that they were going to move us in another vehicles, and now they're telling us that from 10 and 10, we're going to enter the premises.
¿cómo? O sea, venimos todos juntos y venimos a lo mismo y se supone que íbamos a llegar a la puerta. ¿Por qué nos dejan más de 5 kilómetros?
En
Imagínate.
estas condiciones.
¿Qué lo
Ella,
podemos hacer nosotros entrar caminando? Pero ¿por qué irá? Están tapando ahí.
ella es integrante del colectivo Guerreros Buscadores. Ya habían venido en anteriores ocasiones a este rancho Izaguirre 2 al menos. ¿Qué significa después de todo lo que vieron el volver a regresar a este lugar? Ahora ya con toda esta pues movilización por parte de las autoridades que se generó a raíz de que se da a conocer a través de colectivos que existe este rancho.
Mira, pues ahorita la angustia ya llegó otra vez.
How do you feel to come back here when you have done previous investigations with these collective groups that they are called warrior searchers? How do you feel to come back again and to do this search again and to come back to this premises again and do this search again? And she immediately responds, the anxiety it has come back again to myself.
Llega la angustia, el dolor, el sentimiento,
The pain, the feeling, everything comes back.
pero a la vez te fortalece porque somos más.
But in a way, I have the enough strength because we are more now.
Cuando nosotros vinimos éramos pocos. Eran
When we came the first time, we were just not enough.
colectivos guerreros buscadores de Jalisco y veníamos con Indira Navarro, que es nuestra líder. Ahorita somos de varios colectivos y
First we just came from one collective group. Now we are from several collective groups.
como que nos sentimos con más fuerza.
Like we are here with more strength.
Fijados entre ustedes.
Claro que sí, pero todos venimos con el mismo dolor.
Yes, all of us, we come here, but we come with the same pain.
Sí, así es.
¿Hay algo que pudiera haber identificado que
Look at here.
pudiera pertenecer a su familiar desaparecido?
Look, this is where I wanted to get. This is where I wanted to get, and it is sad it is really sad to hear this. Really, really sad to hear this. The guy says, is there something that you saw that it can easily identify your family member? And look what she says. This is when you understand that the government has completely set this up to make everybody believe that it was a training camp, that it was a recruiting camp, Yeah, that there were vicious acts and violence that they were occurring there, but it was not an extermination camp. And they're trying to sweep it and swap it away as it was just only a hiccup. Look what she says.
Hasta ahorita no. Hubo en un video que se vio una camisa, pero ya no se encontró.
There was a video that I saw a shirt, but then later on, it was not found. Why she saw that shirt in the video, and then later on, it was not found? Why? So a lot of the witnesses, they went in there, a lot of them, today. They opened up again the Izaguirre Ranch for people to go in there, press and the searchers. They said that everything looked completely different. Everything looked like it was just, they fixed it all up for the press to come in and be like, oh my God, oh wow, oh wow. Like it was a tourist. Like everybody was on a tour, like, oh, there were the crematories where they say, oh my God, take a picture. They found a body over here, and it was where the bones, they found it. Oh my God, take a picture. These are the places where there were the mass graves. Oh my God, let's take a picture. Why can you go in there? Oh, they put a perimeter, they put jello tape, and oh my God, they can't go in there. So the searchers, they were going to this place to still search. And guess what happened? The authorities from Mexico prohibit them from searching for their family members still, because the premises are under investigation. What investigation? To make it believe that it was nothing there. You are not going to allow these searchers, obviously, because you know that they are going to find more things. And because they have been experienced to search, sadly, they acquire the experience by finding bodies. Like the guy over here in Tijuana that is a hero. His name is Eric Carrillo, on his own, since he lost his son 5 years ago until this year that he found him. He has found close to 1,700 bodies. 1,700 bodies alone with some collective group. Do you imagine how corrupt the authorities are? That a collective group has to go and do the job of the authorities? Can you imagine that? That the Minister of Police of Authority, the Minister of Security, the Fiscal, they are silenced. They don't do their jobs. Yes, a couple of days ago, there was a fund from the government that it was removed. And it was a fund of millions of pesos for the collective groups that they are searching for their family members, or for this program to find and support the family members. It was removed. But then this happened. And guess what the Mexican president did? She immediately adopted and said, we are putting that back on. We're putting it back on. And then, and you know what? Put a little bit more money in it. Put a couple of million more pesos in it. We need to put it on. You don't want this. We don't want this heat. It's unbelievable. It's incredible. And a lot of people think, oh, this is just one. No. The whole country of Mexico is a huge mass grave. It's a huge mass grave. They never expected this to come out. And if we're looking at the conspiracy side, right? If we want to look into the conspiracy side, this is a hit job on the government that wants to completely give a low blow to one specific cartel because they know that this cartel is getting out of hand. So they need something to hit him hard and to make him look vicious, ruthless, inhumane. What else than this? So if you want to look at the conspiracy side from hit job from the government, that can be. But if you want to look at the realistic human side of it, that it was found by these mother searchers, that they went in there searching for their daughters, their sons, and it was found, and it was just blown out of proportion, blown worldwide. Then now it is categorized as the Auschwitz of Mexico. It's amazing. But look, she says, this mother says, I saw a shirt in a video, and that is why I came. But look what she says next.
Ya no se encontró la camisa y
¿Y no está en la base de datos?
no.
O sea, ustedes identifican una camisa en las visitas que tienen y después en la base de datos ya no aparece esta camisa.
Claro, sí.
So the shirt that you saw on the video, you saw a shirt on the video that identified possibly your family member. It says yes. So when you come again right here and to see if where's the shirt, it is not here anymore, and it says no. And it's not even on the database. It says no. So the shirt that she was looking for, because it possibly was a legitimate case that they actually have more evidence of it, they made it what? They made it disappear. My God, man, the government is so extremely corrupt.
Se vio en un video y ya después cuando vinimos y fuimos a fiscalía ya no salió la camisa.
¿Qué pudo haber pasado ahí?
Es lo que quiero saber. Porque
we saw it on the video. We saw the shirt on the video. Then we went to the fiscal general of the state to find the shirt. It said the shirt is not even there. And then the journalist asked, what do you think what do you think it happened there? Then she responds this.
parece que yo soy fiscalía. Llega uno allá, ¿qué me trae de datos? ¿Qué tiene? ¿Usted qué ha visto? Pues se supone que ellos son los de fiscalía, no uno que tiene que dar de datos.
And look what happens. Jeez, Lord. So she goes to the fiscal, that is the authority, that is the one in charge, that is the one that supposedly knows more. And the fiscal agent says to her, what can you tell me about the place? What did you found? Can you tell me what kind of evidence? And she says, you're the authority. I'm supposed to be asking you. You're not supposed to be asking me. How bad is the system in our country, in Mexico? How horrible it is that a searcher, a mother, it is going to the authorities to look for answers because she thought that she saw a shirt that is close and remotely a lot close to what she thinks it was her daughter or son. Then she goes to the fiscal agent of the state, asks them like, hey, I'm looking for this shirt. Said like, oh, it's not here. It's not in the database. But actually, can you tell me what you found? Can you tell me what is going on over there? Can you tell me what can you give me, evidence? Can you give me intel? You have to be kidding me. I'm coming to you. You're supposed to be the one telling me this is what we found. This is the evidence. Exhibit A, is this your shirt? No, it's not. Exhibit B, C, D, E, E, F, G. This is the evidence. All the evidence that we got. Which is your shirt? None of the above. Okay, we have another database. Here it's like there's none. It's so bad. It's horrible. The war continues in Culiacán. The war continues in Michoacán y Jalisco between the cartel and actually the cartel and the government. The war continues in those parts where 9 military men from our military on Sunday, they got ambushed and killed by the cartel. And we thought, and we were thinking, possibly the president is going to come out and address the nation and say, you know what, Mexico, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go after them. We're going to bring justice for our soldiers. They took advantage of them. They were doing this. They were doing that. They took their lives. We're going to bring honor to their families and blah, blah, blah. What do you think that she said? There's investigations. We're blah, blah. There's no doubt in my mind now, and it is obvious in the world. It is obvious that this is a narco government. It is obvious. There's no other way that we can think about otherwise. There's none. This is obvious. We are run by a narco government. That's enough. There's no more explanations that we can give. And we don't have to extend and elaborate and which is who and which. The ones that it's just so sad. You see the government that actually knows what kind of investigations need to be done. How can you develop the information? How can you run from exhibit A to exhibit B? How can you show this? And they're actually trying to hide it. And try to hide it into a point that you're like, what the hell, man? It's now it looks like it was an attraction site with some horror stories. But when they found it, everybody was digging and they were finding mass graves after mass graves. How do you know that territory alone doesn't have multiple mass graves from years and years and years and years? The whole place needs to be dug out with a caterpillar. Why? Why they're not doing that? What they're going to do is just close the perimeter, not give access to people from 5 kilometers away. You're good that I know 5 kilometers away because I was planning to go. And you're planning to go and you're saying like, oh, you cannot have access from 5 kilometers away from the ranch. You got to be kidding me. 5 kilometers? Why so much protection? Why? It's incredible. This is the collective groups that they have been now viciously attacked by statements by the organized crime. And also they have been discredited by the president of the Senate of Mexico. The president of the Senate, and not only the president of the Senate of Mexico, the president of Mexico alone also. They have been discredited by those two people. And it is sad. Let's see where it goes. On the other hand, how's the government of the United States doing in terms to seizures? This is what they have done. Excuse me. Secretary of the Department of Security, National Security, Kristi Noem, has informed this Thursday, March 20th, that they were seized close to 22 tons of cocaine and 50 pounds of marijuana in Florida. That's a lot. 22 tons of cocaine. That is a lot. That is a lot. That was a big bust. Huge bust. 22 tons. That's a lot. The 50 pounds of marijuana, that's nothing. The 22 tons of cocaine. That is a huge bust. Huge bust. Although the numbers that the president of Mexico gave out, they were extraordinary, right? She's talking about 465 laboratories that they have been dismantled, more than close to 15,000 high-impact criminals that they were arrested. It's talking about more than 1 million pills of fentanyl that they were seized. Also, more than 12.8 tons of synthetic drugs, close to 1,400 and some liters of synthetic chemicals that they were also seized. Talking about historic numbers, but everything goes to the trash when you have an extermination camp, when 9 military officials have been gunned down by the cartel. Everything that you have done is historically on what? If you cannot even control the country's out of control with violence. It is a reality. Whoever doesn't see it that way is because it's a fanatic that is willing to morally kill somebody else, to willing to do whatever the hell these people are such a fanatics. They're addicted to this fanatism. They're fanatics to this political party. They're not fanatics to this flag right here. They're fanatics to the political party of Morena. That is what they are. They don't care about if the country's burning. They will blame the past administrations, but they will not blame themselves. They will not accept that this problem happened under their own responsibility. They will make up stories like you don't even imagine. How's everybody doing? Thank you so much for joining in. 41 minutes going into this broadcast tonight. Thank you so much for joining in. God bless you. It is 8:10 in the evening. It is Thursday, March 20th of the year 2025, right? And we're going to be traveling soon again. For people that want to know where we're going, it is for security measures. We cannot say. This time it's extremely, extremely dangerous where we're going. But this is the reality, which these extermination camps, now they are being categorized as training camps for the cartel, and then they were recruited and then assassinated, burned, possibly completely, the body completely destroyed. That was not extermination. That is just a recruiting camp for the cartel. It's just embarrassing, horrible, embarrassing. Horrible. It's just horrible, really. Thank you so much for joining in. If you guys want to ask a question, go ahead. It is 8:12 in the evening. Say hello to all the people from X. How many people we got on X? Let me see. Got a lot of people on X. See where we are right here. Dun-dun-dun. Open live video. We got like 700 people on X. Let me see right here. It's a comment. Leftist governments do nothing but lie to stay in power. The Mexican government is obviously colluding on some level with the cartels, or they will do something to stop this. If Nayib Bukele can do what he did in his country, El Salvador, Mexico can do something too, but they don't. Yeah, because it is part of the corruption. It is part exactly of the corruption. Everybody is, they're in cahoots. They're part of it. The first report I heard was the missing 43 college students, and they haven't even fixed that problem yet. They haven't even fixed that problem yet. The 43 students of Ayotzinapa, that's impossible to find. How can you have closure if you are I met a lot of these people that they have the missing, a lot of these people, they have their missing family members. I met a lot of them on Saturday. And just I asked one of them, I asked him, do you sleep at night? And it says, our priorities have changed. This is his first response. He said, our priorities in our life has changed. And I said, yeah, what are your priorities? Our priorities is to look for our son. Sleep is not an option. We need to look for our son. So it's incredible how the priorities have changed when you have a missing person. And you directly know that it was the organized crime in the cartel. It's amazing. Comments. Karen Bond. Hunter went to South Africa to find cocaine. Just kidding. I do not know about that. You know, that's another comment. Thank you, and thank you. God bless you all. I will say good night to every single one of you. It is 2015. It is 8:15 at night. Today is Thursday, March 20th from the year 2025. God bless you all. Stay safe. And like we always say, people, God's plan, it is our mission. Stay safe.